So here I am on day 8 of the 1 a day challenge, where I'm making a video every single day. Something extremely uncomfortable, but you know what? Got to do it anyway. Now, why did I create Under Construction? Why the BeBetter project? Where did it come from originally? Well, it's something I've been asked lately, because I've given so much away to step into it, really. So it all started back in 2014 when my wife was pregnant to our daughter. And it was interesting. I didn't believe in the traditional system. I didn't believe in the whole thing of go and get a job and build a career. It made absolutely no sense to me to work a whole year to be given 3.8% of that year away to go and enjoy a couple of weeks holidays around Christmas time. Just made no sense. Made no sense when I was a child. Made no sense when I was a teenager. At 43, it still makes no sense to me. So when Emily was born, I started to really reevaluate things and see what were the steps that I took in achieving what I achieved, becoming what I'd become. Still not there, still changing, still turning a lot of it upside down. But what are the distinctions? What are the principles? And that's where BeBetter was somewhat born. Now, I failed school. I just turned up because my parents wanted me to go to school. I learned some stuff, sure, some really practical stuff. Most of it was not in the classroom. And I finished, I failed, and I fell straight into construction the next day. And this is why I love the philosophy of constructivism. It's building upon oneself through their own experiences, through their own reality that they perceive. Having failed school, I kind of lived a very experiential life. I love that whole adventure and experiences and just wildly going after things if I chose to, and feeling very constrained and limited when being forced or even being suggested that I should comply. There was no book I followed. I read, geez, did I read some books? But there was no book I could follow. So I started to think, I'm going to create my own. They say it's not the book you read, it's the book you write, the book you create. Then over that time, I started to document things and reverse engineer what I did to get to where I currently am. And it was a fantastic process. I invested a lot of time, a lot of money, different businesses, different environments, different educational platforms. I just learnt so much so I can unlearn all the bullshit, so I can take what I believed resonated. May not resonate for you, him, her, them, whatever it is, but resonated for myself to help overcome the different challenges that I would come across. So all that unlearning enabled me now from a blank canvas, really, to then start learning from a deeper foundation. Under construction, right, because we're all under construction, aren't we? It was a gift to my little girl. It was a template that I created for her. And in practicing it, because I wanted to really refine it, I started to work on people, on my employees, on people in my community, started to mentor, and I realized this is pretty good. They told me it was pretty good. Started to hold some workshops and just basically make shit up, because isn't that what life is? Isn't life a child poking shit with a stick and seeing what comes of it? Science, in that way. So I started to do all of these things, and eventually I transitioned out of the industries I was in to go all in with this one and have some fun and be uncomfortable. Because what is life if we are not uncomfortable? Where do we get our resilience from? How do we become adaptable if we don't go through discomfort? So I believe now the BeBetter project is a great education system. Now, does that mean we default the other education system? I can rant on about that and say yes, but no. But can we couple the learnings, the modules with it? Hell yeah. I've seen people do it. Many people around me do it. And it's been fantastic. I've done it. And I'm watching my little daughter, who is now 7 years old, apply some of the stuff and understand some of the stuff. It's challenged me to really dilute it down to the level of a 7-year-old to communicate it so she could understand it. Now, that's a challenge in itself. When I look at it like that, the education of it, mapping over other education, coupling them together, moving forward into things, because it's all about self. Most people are developing their persona. They're identifying with the stuff that's in their head rather than what people are seeing. Once we understand where our actions are coming from, through our beliefs, through our values, all the behaviors we show out there, we start understanding that stuff, we start doing it a lot more intentionally. And how do we do that stuff? Well, we start in the foundation. And from the foundation, we go into the core, and then we move up into the penthouse. Most people are doing it the other way around. So it can be coupled in relationships. It could be coupled over into people's careers, into their businesses, into so many different things. Just understanding those 12 modules and building into them to create something that is from self. That's a lot better than being at effect of everything that's happening out there. And that's what it is. It's the old cause and effect, be of cause. But to be of cause, you need to go inwards and then go outwards. Keep constructing.